The Missouri National Guard has been serving the Show Me State for over 200 years. The Guard is primarily made up of Muster Day or M-Day soldiers who report to their unit for drill 1 weekend a month. These soldiers also do 2 weeks of specialized training every year. To carry on their mission of being always ready, always there, this force of citizen soldiers is looking for a certain type of person to join their ranks.
We're looking for highly motivated and driven young men and women from diverse backgrounds that are interested in bettering their lives while serving their community. We're looking for that scholar athlete kind of person. They're both physically fit as well as mentally sharp and want to be a part of the best team out there.
Age criteria for enlisting in the National Guard is 17 and 35. The cutoff to enlist and go to training is 35. As long as they're shipped to training before their 35th birthday, they can still enlist. A vast majority of enlistments into the National Guard are typically the 17 to 25-year-olds.
When we enlist a high school kid, we have to make sure they're on track to graduate high school. So if they're not on track, we have to go talk to the counselor, talk to the student, and make sure, because if they don't graduate, they don't go to training. So we're looking for people that's going to take care of themselves and have that thirst for learning.
There are some factors that can disqualify a person from joining the Guard.
The factors that will disqualify an applicant, the biggest ones are law violations, medical issues, and tattoos.
Tattoos on the face, neck, and hands are not allowed, with the exception of one ring tattoo on a finger.
If you have too many legal violations, you can't enlist into the military, or depending on the severity of the legal violations or the nature of them, you can't enlist.
One of the greatest benefits to joining the Guard is the GI Bill, which helps pay for college. A soldier can take advantage of this after they have completed their initial training.
The GI Bill is tax-free money, and they prorate it for how many ever hours you're taking in school. We tell our enlistees, hey, take advantage of it, go full-time if you can, and you'll get the full rate. It's extra money, and college isn't cheap, so every little thing helps. If they have student loans when they enlist, we can help pay those back up to $50,000.
Missouri National Guard soldiers can take different paths in their military careers.
In the military, you have two sides of the house. You have your enlisted and you have your officers.
We have officers and warrant officers. Officers and warrant officers are both different kinds of leaders in the National Guard. Our officers typically come from within our ranks, and they typically are coming from Officer Candidate School and Reserve Officer Training Corps. Warrant officers are those who have been in our ranks for a while and have developed a technical expertise. They're managers of different programs and systems a lot of times. Officers on the leadership side are also going to lead troops and be supervisors and managers.
The enlisted side of the house, we get our hands dirty, we take care of all the work. And the officers are pretty much the executives of the company. They're responsible for everything.
Being in the Missouri National Guard is also an asset to your civilian career.
There are so many more people out there that support hiring veterans and military personnel than they would ever imagine. Employers out there have learned some very key things about military personnel. We know how to get up in the morning and show up to work. We are responsible. We understand accountability. We know what hard work is. They may have to let you go for 2 weeks, once a year, to go do some training, or historically they've had to let employees go for a year for a deployment. Most of them overall are happier with their performance when they're there than they are with average employees that aren't in the military. We bring a certain level of leadership and problem solving that your average civilian population does not have. I would strongly encourage anyone who has any interest whatsoever to at least go in and talk to a recruiter and see what the National Guard has to offer them and what we bring to the table for you.
I was a recruiter for 7.5 years, so receiving emails from soldiers that you've enlisted in the past saying thank you for what you've done for me and my family is invaluable.
I don't know anyone that is not happy with their Guard experience. They all have great stories, they've all loved it, whether they do 6 years or 20. I don't know anybody that regrets their time in the Guard.
Voila.